Hello everyone and welcome back to playing Feed the Beast Unleashed on the Cryptocraft server with Mr. Fwip. That's me, and here I am, building something interesting today, because I said last time, you know what? I felt a little bad that everything that I showed you was actually off screen, so today, no, we're not doing that, we're doing something different. I'm going to show you the entire building of me setting up, hopefully, something new here in my house. Now, as you can see, I'm a really big fan of these facades. I mean, look at all these, possibilities. No matter what I do, like, with these, things, the piping still looks like it's part of my house. Problem is trying to get this last one in place here. There we go. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, guys, that you might not be aware of is, you're looking at one right now. That's right, that entire area of stone brick, I cut that out and added back in facades. What's the point of this many facades, you might be asking? House design. Okay, guys, I don't want pipes to be that visible, particularly when pipes are now in the walls, quite literally in the walls. However, having a pipe right here visible wouldn't be so bad of a thing, just because I want to be able to gauge maybe how much power is going through this area, since right now there's only one block that it could be powering, and that block that it could be powering is the one we're working on right now. Nice thing is, though, when I put pipes here, you'll see they go right through the facade. So if I was to flick the power lever, we would now see that part of that energy is actually going through the new pipe. See? That little blue line? Let's head outside and have a look at what it's doing. Now, obviously, it's not doing anything right now, but when it comes to designing things, I like to have the blocks that I'm using around so that I know what's going on. The block we're going to be playing around with today is this, the Slaughterhouse. Now, as you can see, it has no work. It does have an idle meter, and I'm trying to find out if it's going to start killing the things down there. No, it's completely idling. It doesn't see the animals down there. That's great. That's actually fantastic and exactly what I wanted to see happen. Now, there's actually more than one option on what we could do with the Slaughterhouse block. The point of it is that it kills mobs, turns them into things like liquid meat or pink slime. Actually, it creates two different liquids. And that is the first issue you might have when you're building this block. I mean, you could technically put the pink slime and the liquid meat into the same thing, but I'm going to tell you right now, they have totally different functions, so it wouldn't be very useful to not mix them together. No, to keep them mixed together, that's what I mean. Alright, let's see here. Where's some... Do I seriously have no copper around my base again? Oh, no, there's some in here. Ah, boy. It's not that I'm scatterbrained, it's that my base's materials are now in every single chest, practically. It's been a little bit of time since I played Feed the Beast, to be honest. I had another great long trip to Nova Scotia to go see my girlfriend. If you're wondering how long that is, it wouldn't be out of the question to say it was 5 hours one way. So in total, that's 10 hours driving. I'm quite good at it now, though, surprisingly. When you go on some crazy trip that you don't think you're capable of a couple of times, eventually you realize, hey, I'm a better driver than I thought I was. Alright, so the issue I'm seeing doesn't actually exist. Alright, originally I was thinking I need both these tanks to contain some of both material. You know what I mean, guys? Like, if the tanks don't have a little bit of liquid meat in it, or that other liquid, then it's possible that one liquid will go into both tanks, and then the whole system will shut itself down. Because, of course, if both the tanks are full with the same liquid, the other liquid can't go anywhere, and therefore all the pipes are blocked up. A portable tank is just 4 hardened glass around a tin. That's actually a really cheap recipe. It's a good thing I still have more hardened glass, isn't it? Ha ha ha. I've only got one. Well, you know what? Honestly, since I don't really have any say in which one goes where, I could use one portable tank and one regular tank, couldn't I? Just because I need more hardened glass I mean, what a thing to happen. You run out of materials in the middle of crafting. It's not the first time or the last time that's ever happened to anybody, but still. I don't like it when it happens to me. I got plans. Thankfully the tin's all ready. So is the glass. I'll leave that in this chest. I don't know why it's even in there. Okay, here's my plan. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I think I realized something very simple. Instead of creating a gate and telling it to only pump out when a tank is full, which would essentially mean that there's always liquid in these tanks, therefore there's always a filtering system for the two liquids. Here's my idea. I don't think you can put a facade on a liquiduct, eh? No, you can't. Only works with Buildcraft pipes. Alright, that's the only downside, is that part doesn't work. But that's okay. Let me see here. We'll worry about covering up this partition a bit later. Alright, so... let's try to think what would look better. Actually, now I look at this. This one's a bit too close. Yeah, you can break liquiducts with anything. Don't worry about it. Put that there. Honestly, though, what I might want to have happen is have one tank here. That connects up, right? It does not connect up? That one does. Why does that one not connect up? It's a bit weird. Oh, wait a minute. This one needs to be on the top. Get off of you. Theoretically, this setup would work. Continuing along this line of thinking, a liquiduct here and a liquiduct here would be what I would want. Because, think about it. If a liquiduct here is pointing up into something I have on the second floor or something, well then, everything's fine. Because it will only pull liquid that's at the top of the tank. Therefore, the tank's always full. And that's what I want. It would be a very highly inefficient way because there's always liquid in this tank, but that's the filter system. Now my only issue is liquid coming through here going to go straight into this and there? Well, the only way I'd be able to really change that at the moment is give me a pouch, grab me a wrench, and thwack that. Now that's an output. Now there won't be any liquid going to this tank until I tell it to. So as long as this slaughterhouse block, which is just here idling forever because I didn't give it a redstone signal, doesn't have a problem with things, right? No. Yes, this is going to work out really well. Okay, check this out, guys. I'll show you exactly proof of concept right now. Grab me a gravity gun. Grab me a fully grown pig. Put it right there in front of the slaughterhouse. Ah. You see the stuff that's called the pink slime? It's in the tank. There's just not enough of it for you to be able to see it. Grab me another fully grown cow. I'm not sure if there's different varieties of liquid meter things. Ah, you see the liquid meat is right there. It's trying to go into that portable tank, but it can't. So I switch this, and the liquid meat will go into that tank. Now there's not enough of it, so that's why you can't see it right now. But essentially the filter system has been created. There's pink stuff in the bottom one, and there's brown stuff in the top one. And if you check the internal liquid thingy, yep, that confirms it. There is no problem. I'm not sure what else to test out at the moment. I don't think I actually have anything else in the magical materials chest that's useful to this. Oh yeah, I do. 2 more bottled pigs. Thought I'd need these for later, but apparently they're just good for, like, testing. And by testing, I mean getting some more liquid meat just to fill this thing up so you can kind of get a better idea of why I've separated these things. Uh-oh. Hey, you. Stop dying in the grass. Ooh, it just died in my gravity gun. That's new. Unfortunately, it kills extremely efficiently, so I can't even show you the stuff in there. I better go turn it off with a redstone signal. Actually, now that I look at this setup, interestingly enough, I just need a lever in the workstation, and we'll be able to shut it off there. So why on the earth am I creating a slaughterhouse block and a filtering system, etc.? Well, besides the fact that I really want to create some new things that I've never played around with before, and Mine Factory certainly has that ability. To be honest, guys, there are some very nice things I can do with liquid meat. Besides a nice food source. Right now, I just need a lever. Why am I so out of levers and wood and sticks and things? It's terrible. I guess I'm just going to have to go with whatever happens to be sitting around in my inventory for right now. If you're wondering why it's quiet when I'm building things in my house, I did put a noise dampening cube in the pen with the animals, and for some reason the range on that is just so large that my natural tendencies of breaking blocks and things just don't seem to get registered anymore. Okay, so let's say this was turned on. Would that mean that it would stop idling and just, you know, have frozen? Or do I need to place it in a different location? Oh no. It stopped. Brilliant. Okay. Alright, so now that these are separate liquids, you know, we have our pink slime in here. And our liquid meat in there. Alright, so for the next step, I need to think about what I want to do with liquid meat. I know exactly what I want to do with the liquid meat. Okay, the only problem is, how am I going to get out of this tank? Because phase 1 was separating them. I can't really do anything with the pink slime right now. There's way too little of it. I could use some liquid pipes and put it up through this wall. Couldn't I? Alright, we're going to go into the planning stage, guys. This is a stage that I usually off-screen simply because it's a lot of talking to myself, breaking things that really shouldn't be broken just yet, and scheming. But if you want to see some scheming, today's a great scheming episode. Alright, so let's see here. I can kind of see what I'm doing from this side. So, yeah. Yeah, this is the area with all of the Thumbcraft things in it. And right there's the area with the power. So if I were to make this powered, that powered, that powered, bring it down through this wall. I can do that. I can bring anything through my walls. I hope that won't be a problem. Alright, let's go build the block that I'm going to be thinking about in the first place, because maybe then you'll understand why I'm so questioning. The block I'm thinking of is called the meat packer. And you can see there are some cooked meat blocks, raw meat, even liquid meat. Like, it's very interesting. I need 4 bricks, a machine block, a simple redstone reception coal, flint and steel. Yeah, not too difficult at all. So why don't I skip ahead a bit, guys, to where I've built that block and its components, and I'll see you in a bit. And after some time, I have placed our meat packaging machine right up here. If you're wondering, it just ended up being really well because the power supply pipe runs directly underneath it. And if you'll notice here in the wall, I decided to go with cobblestone waterproof pipes and the regular waterproof pipes because, again, facades, man. Technically, I could make the whole wall out of it, and you'd never know. It's perfect. So, why don't we head downstairs, and I'll show you all the changes that I've done to this system. And they are actually more extensive than you'd think. Alright, so, anyway, the Slaughterhouse block, as you'll see, that all we know is actually pipe. That's actually pipe. Comes down here, and it's here in the wall. So let's turn it on. Of course, it does have an idle timer, so it'll start chugging away. Let's look at this from the other side, so that you guys kind of know what's going on. So, it turns out, in my investigations, that the Slaughterhouse block itself doesn't actually need, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-hostile mobs. Right? It doesn't need just cows or pig as you'd expect. So this is the setup. It just, I think the range of this slaughterhouse doesn't go past this wall here. And I don't know if it could go more this way, but this little block area is pretty much exactly all you need for this, this thing to activate. So I did some time off screen. You saw that lich head on the side, and the fact that I'm eating something called Experiment 115. I'm gonna save beating that Twilight Tower for you guys in another episode. Fighting liches, we saw that already. I was trying to find myself an uncrafting table, but in the meantime I got myself a tier 5 skeleton shard, because I needed another one to go with the zombies. Now let's see if we can actually see these things spawn. I did give them an overhang so that they don't burn in the sunlight. You'll see them all dying specifically because of the slaughterhouse. And you'll see there goes the meat and the pink slime. Now all I have to do on this side is turn on the redstone engine that's attached to the pipe. And we can sit back through our nicely warded glass windows and watch all of our meat go travel up into the packager upstairs. Safe and sound from all them bows. See, just watch them die. It ain't a problem at all. I'm separating them out by tanks there and tanks here. And I figured the problem would be if ever this one here was drained of liquid meat, then more pink slime could enter it. And that's why I don't think right now this is fully automatable outside of my hands and outside of a power source. Is if these tanks were ever drained, it would be possible that the pink slime would get into the packager and then it wouldn't finish all the way maybe, and then the whole system would freeze. That's why I need a viewpoint on this tank so that as long as it's not too low, everything's fine. So we'll go check upstairs and I'll show you how that's working out up there. The liquid meat is just going right into the packager, and if you'll notice on this machine, unlike every other mine factory block, this does not have an idle timer because all it needs is meat, power, and then it'll just take some time to work. And basically here in the chest you'll see it is creating these raw meat ingots, which I can then craft myself into raw meat blocks, or cook into cooked meat ingots and then cooked meat blocks. But otherwise, creepily enough, and I'm thinking of making something Halloween related. I don't know yet, but I kind of wanted to get this up and running as soon as possible so that I could, if I wanted to. Basically, I could make a house made out of meat. I mean, it's going to take some while to generate, but since it's basically automatic, as long as our lava tank doesn't run out, well, it's a disgusting idea that could go very well with some of the other things that I've got written down on our drawing board. Hey, speaking of that, did I have a look at that recently? Let's have a look here. Yeah, some sort of zombie PvP arena is what we're going towards. Oh, and by the way, as long as I'm upstairs, our honey tank is nearly full. Man, we get a lot of honeycombs when you automate it. I changed one small detail to this. Our zombie spawner mob essence thing. Do you see the difference? Can you see it? That's right. There's a pressure plate right there. I'll explain. I wanted to be able to automate this mob essence grinder so that when I'm gone, like AFK or something, I don't need to worry about there being like a ton of zombies when I get back. Like I want the the tank to be able to fill up on its own. I'm not totally convinced that I fixed it, because of course leaving a tier 5 spawner on with no one to kill it would probably crash the server eventually. Just like how we don't want villager breeders on multiplayer without a shutoff switch. So here's what's going to happen. The zombies fall down, they hit this pressure plate. That pressure plate goes right into the red net cable and puts the same signal on as the purple lever. The purple lever turns off the spawner. So that's how this is automated. Oh. Also, I'd have to leave this magnet on. Sorry, little guy. So, zombies spawn, are attracted to magnet, turn off the zombie spawner, wait for the grinders to kill them. Grinders kill them, more spawn, system complete. The only issue I see is that the grinders are perhaps not getting enough power. No, they just have a 200 idle tick. That's what makes this system slower. Now that I have 4 of them, you can see, yeah, it does take a fair bit of energy to work. But with 4 grinders, all of those should die in 1 minute. There, oh, that's so beautiful. It's coordinated. Of course, it's really loud during the day. But the point of this almost is being outdoors, so I wouldn't really want to put a roof on it like I did with the skeleton spawner. Still, for a setup so simple as this, let's turn it off for good. Oh, by the way, what am I doing with the drops? That's a very good question. Currently, nothing. I'm shoving them all into the ender chest that goes into the scrap machine. Because at the very least, turning them all into scrap isn't such a bad idea. Let's have a look in that chest how much materials have gone in. Well, so much that it's already grounded them all up, and there's 7 extra ones here. Flick the switch, and off go more pieces of UU matter, because we'll notice, my MFSU is full again! Let's turn off the lava engines. How long have those been on? However, I think lava engines only turn on if they need power, so me using those grinders would do that. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Actually, how much UU matter do I have now, Mr. Fwip? We can talk about playing around with things all day, but nobody wants to watch me create more solar panels. And that's kind of the whole purpose of UU matter, isn't it? Let's have a look here. 23 stacks! Wow. Wow, so my idea, if you have a server that's on all the time, and you just add a few basic solar panels into one MFSU, it's going to power it eventually. And then that's how you get the power you need to power up everything else. You know what? Now that I've got enough UU matter to make maybe some hybrid panels, I think that's what I need. I'll end up building a power station way off somewhere. Because you know that idea here we have about the zombie PvP arena? That is going to take more auto spawners, more mob essence, and more power, but it's all got to be separate from my base. Mob essence can come in Tesseracts. Trying to move power around is tricky. I used to do that with biofuel that I got from bees, but even though I'm working on bees right now, and bees did take a while, right now we are currently, let's see what we got. Where are they? Where did I put? Oh, yes, I put it in the automated beehive. Righteous. That's true. I believe they're upstairs. Yes, we're just working with the tropical drone to make some more silky things. That's good. And we just hit noble species. Pure noble species. We've got pure diligent species as well, but that just means we're going to need to get some more common and cultivated breeded up, I think. Let's have a look in our analyzer. Anything left behind? Oh, just regular tropical drones that can go right back into our gene pool. So, we've got our pure cultivated drones and our pure common ones. I should actually hang on to those now I think about it because I'm going to need them later. Switch to the species. Alright, do we got any princesses in here? I know we've got a common queen and a cultivated queen. Well, since I don't need infinite pure common and cultivated drones, I mean, pretty much having stacks of those will do. I'll just shove them in these bee houses to, Oh, wait, no, I don't need to. I've got something to show you guys. Oblivion frames. I've got those somewhere, and you can't put frames in bee houses. So we're going to take another trip to the upstairs. I've got one of those somewhere. Never fear, guys. Oh, yeah, right there. How long does it take for an Oblivion frame to kill a bee? Because that's really what I'd want here. I believe the answer is supposedly 1 tick. And where do you get Oblivion frames? Dungeon loot. Definitely dungeon loot. I think I found them specifically not in the Twilight Forest, specifically in actual dungeony dungeons. Or was it... I believe it was actually Ars Magica structures because... Oh, there we go. Look at that. Bee dead. Shove the other bee in. Won't be long. This is a common princess. Obviously, that is a perfect species. And that is a cultivated princess. That is obviously the perfect species. So, say I was trying to find, right now, an unweary drone. Yeah, I don't have enough unweary things, I think. Let's have a look in our Apier's database. If I was trying to find unweary, that is a product of a cultivated and a diligent drone. Okay, that's fine. And if I was looking for whatever comes after noble, like the industrious bee... No, industrious is unweary and diligent. Yes, okay. So, we're going to go into here. Still in species mode, yes, good. Okay, we've got a pure diligent princess. Do we have a pure unweary drone is the question. Unweary diligent, unweary cultivated. Oh, they all suck. Well, I don't want to risk it. I want to get a pure unweary drone. How do we get that? One more time, it is created from diligent cultivated. Oh no. Well, actually, now I think about it, this will be okay. We've got a pure cultivated drone, or we're gonna have one. Bee, that is. Do we have any pure? We should have a lot of pure diligent bees. Yeah, we do. Because that was another one that I was allowed to... Well, not allowed to, but I was able to automate. So now, if I put the cultivated princess into our beehive, we should be able to acquire that. I know I'm getting a bit sidetracked, guys. We were doing all slaughterhousey stuff. But I just realized I have a few tricks up my sleeve if I want to get anywhere in the bee habitats. Please tell me that died already. Okay, good. It did. So now all I need to do is mix this one with this one, and I should get a pure unweary one if I'm lucky. And I'm mixing it in there with some soul frames, which are just, you know, unpregnated sticks turned into regular frames, and then add it up with a piece of soul sand, and that should make the mutation chance higher. I would definitely recommend that to anybody considering mutating their bees and such. Okay. Now, the next thing is... Noble plus diligent, ancient. That's not what I want. Noble plus something gives me something else, but I don't know what yet, so I think I'm going to need to move some of these bees into more beehives. Common princess and a regular cultivated drone is what I need. Oh, I've got a lot of cultivated bees, actually. But unfortunately, they aren't as pure as I'd want them to be, as opposed to this one here, which will obviously give me my desired results. It's actually trickier than you'd think, getting bees to be perfect. You just need to breed them enough times that they start stacking. Did I mention that already? It's almost like a science, bee research. But I've done it so many times now that it's just a gradual process. This one will do. Move them in there. Okay. So, we've got our meat going on. Actually, I think that's still going on downstairs. I should investigate that. You're probably wondering what to do with pink slime. Honestly, there is a very good purpose for separating them. Oh, and the tank is full. That's not good. When the tank is full, that means no more meat can enter the system, and we're filling up the entire internal bar. But because this machine makes 2, I think that means we might actually be losing out on some meat here. Which ain't so bad. Technically, I've made a system for infinite meat, providing I have infinite energy. Man, when you think about the Soul Shards mod, you know, for what it does, it's fantastic. Slightly broken, because again, if you're looking for spawners, Twilight Forest Lich Towers have spawners all over the place. That's what I told the Squatch. I mean, it's fantastic. Oh, poor guy in a fez hat's about to die, and an apple, and a computer? Wow, that's weird. Okay, apparently, spawned mobs, although they don't drop spoil bags from Darkcraft, they still have random hats. So if you want some hats, that's another great setup for building an EXP farm with benefits. Actually, this thing is probably making liquid meat so fast it can't keep up. It is. Indeed. So pink slime. Pink slime. Actually, there's a thing that I should find. And it is a syringe. I know we didn't get to look at the syringe last time. Item syringe? What's that? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't do anything. Okay, empty syringe. Health syringe. Growth syringe. De-zombification syringe, which is for zombie villagers. And the slime embiggening syringe. Okay, so we need a syringe. Unfortunately, this recipe is more expensive than you'd think. Plastic sheets, man. I'm running out. I'm running dry on plastic and rubber. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Let's go craft that up, guys. I know I said I'd off-screen things, but hey, every so often you guys have to be like, hey, what's Fwip up to these days? I don't want to let this drain out too much. Actually, there's too much liquid meat upstairs now. Let's turn off the spawner. Let's turn off the pump. That should be fine. Good. Also, we're starting to get some wisps around here. That's not so good either. I remember the Squatch kind of had a bit of an underground battle with those. I don't even know how they got into the underground. But, we'll worry about them later. Just like I've always expected. Now then, I am here specifically for rubber. Rubber. Did we put it through the extractor already? Yes. Is there anything that came out here? No. So we'll just start burning up rubber. I'll go grab some more as well. That's one reason why this Omniclaw is so nice. Not only does it place fabulous lighting all around my base, but it's got a tree tap attachment. It's wonderful. Honestly, now that there's only one battery in it, guys, it only needed one battery. This thing doesn't use much power at all. There's a power gauge on the right-hand side in case I was worried, but where'd all the rubber trees go? I remember there being more than 4. Someone start cutting down my trees? Strange. Well, in case of emergency, I did manage to put some rubber trees on this side, I believe. Whoa, Dark Mage. Hey, you picked a bad fight. Alright, fine. There we go. Took him out. I don't know how much health mana elementals have, but a 5 power bow should be enough to discourage him. There we go. I just came out here for some rubber, guys. This should work out. There we go. The game's starting to wonder where I am in proportion to the rain right now, because I've got that rain quieting device inside my house. So apparently the range is all the way out here. Man, that's a long time. I think it mentioned it was 24 blocks, but you never really think about how big 24 blocks is until you're doing it. Which I suppose is why Squatch never finished his giant dark tower in the other season of Cryptocraft. Speaking of that, I do have a big project underway in the works. You know, what all that mob essence is for, what all that liquid meat might be for, and just for ground tiles, honestly. And then, maybe, just maybe, a zombie arena? That's one reason why I don't mind the flux right now. If I can get a giant zombie to spawn and catch him in a net, well, we're gonna have a good time. Oh, these are light mages, my bad. Oh! No, so much for that creeper. But I will honestly take an opportunity for more spell scrolls if possible. I figured this out in the wild before I made it automated back at the base. But I do have most of the spell scrolls I've ever had in the game. I definitely have more than I've ever had because I've never played with Ars Magica before this one. I hope Annabelle's able to tell me some other things. Oh, I guess he despawned. Ah, without any loot. Darn. That's too bad. But yeah, there's a lot of things in Ars Magica I need to learn about. Specifically the Nexus and things. You're just a regular one, right? Good. Aha. Light mages make good distractions because they are, of course, friendly to you. Oh, there's some. So let's see here. Yeah, I need to eat more cake. But I'm on my way to getting a regular angry zombie spawner. It's gonna take a while, but I don't mind. Sometimes you just gotta do things the legit way. Well, it is legit to destroy a spawner with a soul shard and get to the next tier, but it does make it really, really fast when it works out that way. I'd almost want a regular zombie and skeleton soul shard on me at all times, just in case I find some in the wild, because that's how plentiful they are sometimes. Alright, so, assuming that the plastic sheet idea worked, today we're going to go figure out how to use the pink slime, which I also showed you how to create today. Look, I'm not behind on the times. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so we take our plastic, raw plastic, we put her together, gives us a lot of plastic sheets. I forgot this made 4 at a time, guys. Let's just, yeah, that's a lot of plastic sheets. That's fabulous. Okay, so, syringe, again, is simply 1 rubber and 1 iron. Okay, fair enough. This recipe isn't as expensive as I thought it was. I did expect it to be, simply because I'm silly. Okay, I'm still gonna need 1 piece of rubber, 1 iron, and then 2 lapis, and... oh, actually, I need a few of these. Let's make 4, because we have 4 spare rubber in this chest. Okay. But again, because I have a slime tree outside, it's not going to cost me, like, anything to make these. And specifically, this is what you're going to want to make if you are taking the blue slime route. 4 times 4... no. Probably 8. No, it's 2 times 4 is 8. Yeah. Alright. So. Making us some syringes. Please, don't mind me. This is just going to take a little bit of time. Okay, good. I just learned syringes stack. That's fabulous. Because that would have taken a long time if it didn't. Oh. Changed syringes don't stack. You might actually realize what I'm doing now that you see the name of those syringes, to be honest. But in case you don't, we're going to need a bucket or 2. Maybe just 1. Because pink slime is really, really slow to create itself. I hope there's enough for 2 buckets, because there's one last thing I do want to do today. And it will be exploiting a glitch, so stick around for that, guys. I guess I'll do it at the end of the episode. But, we gotta figure out if it works or not. Alright, so here I am, outside my, spawner. Gonna head on down. Oops. Always good to put, ladders inside of your pens, because animals and mobs won't know how to climb out. But you do, so that's good. Oh yeah, there's enough slime. Alright, pink slime. How do you work? We're going to want a bigger area for this in case it runs away or tries to kill me. And one not covered in cactus, preferably. So we'll do it right over here. All of you thinking, hey, pink slime's a cool mod addition. It's too bad it's not actually a pink slime. Ha ha ha. Well, guess what, guys? Pink slimes are actually pink slimes. So I can use a slime embiggening syringe on it. Oh! It might set on fire briefly and want to kill me. So we're going to need to do this in sequence. Hopefully it really won't want to kill me. Oh! That made it explode. That made it a lot bigger. Okay, so now we gotta kill the pink slimes. Again, you're probably thinking, why in the world would you want to create mobs? That's why. Oh yeah, guys. We're getting some pink slime balls from these things. This is the only way to get pink slime balls, and they are part of the Mine Factory mod. Even if I don't need them right now, I suppose it's good to have, and really cool to show you how this is done. There we go. Okay. So, doing it that way with slime and bigoting syringes, I just turned 1 bucket of pink slime into 36 pink slime balls. Jeez! Can you talk about efficient? I can talk about efficient. And that was amazing! That was insane! 36 pink slime balls! I need like 4 total, I think. Wow. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these, but they're definitely going to the processed items chest. I'll figure out later if they are actually used for anything else, but that's how you get them. And there's one last thing I want to test out. You're going to like this idea, guys, because nobody else has experimented like I do. Remember, Fwippian experiments are dangerous and rare, but sometimes they come up with the craziest things. I'm going to need a lever. A lever from somewhere. Let's turn off the power system. We don't need that going all the time. Alright, so here's my idea, guys. It was a while ago that I determined something very odd. The something very odd that I'm talking about, I'll show you right now so that you can trust me. Yes. Trust me when I say that we might be actually exploiting something today. I'm not, I'm the sort that usually reports glitches to people, but I mean, when it happens to, like, mod interaction items, and it would require people to do different things, well, he may actually be aware of this glitch, and it results, entirely based on Thaumcraft, and thanks to the fact that Thaumcraft is changing, we're going to have Thaumcraft 4 sometime in the distant future, and it's going to be totally different than the Thaumcraft we know now, which is kind of too bad, because I really like what it does with the researching and things, and, well, I don't know, I've seen a little bit of Direwolf playing it, and I can say that things such as the wands work out a lot better. Oh yeah, I also found a lot more of these in ravines and things. Okay, so we've got our tool dynamism tablet, which I made from Thaumic Tinkerer, actually, so maybe it's not even Azanor, maybe it's someone else, whoever's in charge of that. The tool dynamism works like this. You put an item in it, and you can tell it to either left-click or right-click with it. Now, if you were to right-click with a bucket, you would place liquid, right? Yeah, correct. So let's say we had some sludge, okay? And we put the sludge bucket in the tool dynamism tablet. We'll tell it only needs to work on redstone. We'll put it there. There's our sludge bucket. We give it a redstone signal, and I think I did this wrong. Was it left click, maybe? Or maybe it's because there's no space. Okay, when I tested this out a long time ago, what ended up happening was it placed the liquid for me. Maybe the placement is wrong. For example, maybe right here is where it should be. Next to this existing lever. How do I change the direction? Maybe I just have to place it down facing it. Because that's what I would like. Because that little dot on it is wherever it's facing. There it is, yes. Okay. Sludge bucket. Redstone. Go lever. And that does nothing, obviously, because there is no special function for that. Right-clicking with it. Yes, places liquid. Oh, but folks! There's still a sludge bucket in here. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Oh, there might be lava under that platform. So essentially, guys, using the tool dynamism tablet and liquid buckets, or at least it works with sludge, you can actually duplicate liquids. And whenever you can duplicate anything in Minecraft, there are ways to exploit it. Does anything happen if I'm inside Mob Essence, I wonder? I get night vision? Oh, that's weird. I'm sure the game doesn't really like me being in it. But curiously enough, if I put Mob Essence in, does it work? Yes, it does. So I might not even need a grinder at this rate, guys. I could use a bucket of Mob Essence and the Tool Dynamism tablet to just randomly get... Well, the only problem would be, can you suck liquid out of that? Well, if I added a Buildcraft pipe... Okay, this is wrong, guys. Now I'm just suggesting us doing terrible, terrible things, such as, you know, free Mob Essence and things. The only solution I can think of for this, although maybe I'll build one off screen, because this is pretty broken. Duplicate liquids with the Tool Dynamism tablet. But here's the point. You saw what happened, right? When you do that, you still have a bucket full of liquid and a piece of liquid in the world, so it's not infinite, right? It would only... If I were to give it another redstone signal, there's already a liquid in that place, and obviously if you try to put liquid where there's already liquid, it just won't do anything. So unless there was a pump, you can't automate it. It doesn't really help you much besides having an extra bucket. Pink slime, though. Pink slime, although it goes in the world, turns into a mob. So if we put that in the Tool Dynamism tablet, I'm wondering, guys, can I use the pink slime right now and the Thomic Tinker item to get infinite pink slimes? I don't know about you, but being able to automate a pink slime army... Bunk! Oh, it instantly died. Because, of course, this poor little pink slimy is being spawned inside the wall? Is that what's going on here? Give it some room. Although now there's nowhere for it to place the block, therefore it doesn't work. Okay. I understand now. So, right there, that's not enough space for it to... No. Interesting. No. Yes, but on top of itself. That's weird. Huh. So, the best possible location might be if I did like this. Yeah! So that's how this Tool Dynamism tablet should look. So now, if I gave this a bunch of pulses, we'd have a ton of pink slime balls running around. Cute! And again, the original pink slime bucket is still in the machine. Oh, you have just reached a new level of Fwippian, what's the word I'm looking for? Mastery. Who needs slime and beginning syringes when you have infinite pink slimes? Thanks to a glitch in the Tool Dynamism tablet that makes liquids infinite. Well, guys, maybe I'll build a such exploit machine just for the sake of it. I don't like the idea of infinite mob essence by not killing mobs. That sounds wrong. But being able to create an infinite pink slime army by making more dynamism tablets is something that I could do, because pink slime balls, although useful for, like, a few, maybe just one recipe, specifically, it's, well, other than that one recipe, they're not that necessary. But I'm sure I'll be able to figure out something to do with this new, crazy, research knowledge that I've just acquired. Ho-ho! New breakthrough, everybody. Woot! Oh, this is going to be awesome. Thanks for joining me again, everybody. Stay crafty out there and have fun, because, I think the pink slimes are coming sooner than you'd expect, world. See you next time.